everybody, Dustin Wright here on how we're going to get to 100%, okay? But before I say another word, I need you to go hit the like button, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on so you know every time I drop another video so you can get to 100%. So today, we're going to talk about first impressions. Your first impression is so important in this life because, one, you can never get a first impression back, and two, first impressions mean so much more than you can imagine. So before I say any more, let's get right into the video.
I've been moving, trying to start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. and cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Guess I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story, shit was different. God's plan, God's plan.
So one important thing when having a first impression on somebody that you must pay attention to is you must set your boundaries. And let me explain what I mean by that. We've all had that person in our life that has come into the conversation and, had something that wasn't so nice to say about somebody. Like if someone comes over and the first thing they do when you guys first just met is start complaining about somebody, how they, oh my God, they talk too much, how she said this, how she would do this, and they start really not talking nice about somebody. And what that does is tell you that if you start associating yourself with this person, that they're then going to talk about you in the same way they talked about their other friend. So the first thing you need to do is set boundaries for yourself. And let me explain by that. So in real estate, first impressions are so important. So when you go up to somebody or you have a client that is just out of control, okay? They're not respecting your time, they're not being nice to you. In real estate, you need to tell these clients, hey, this is how things are gonna work. This is how I run my business. In order for me to give you the best service possible, this is what I do. You need to explain and set the perimeter, because if you do not set your boundaries, what happens then? Then what we see in life is people getting walked on. If someone tells you they want to see this house at this time on this day, and they don't want to do anything you've asked for, or they don't want to give you anything, and they just want to see that home, well, they don't respect your time, they don't respect your knowledge, and they're not going to respect you when you're in the middle of the contract and things can get a little bit hairy. So you need to set that boundary, because you don't want to be that agent or that person in life that people know they can get a yes out of you. If they ask you to do something that seems ridiculous, they're not going to respect your time. They're not going to respect you because you're a yes man or a yes woman. You're just going to say yes to everything. So it's very important to set your boundaries when you have a first impression. Now, I'm not telling you when you meet somebody to say, hey, listen, you're not going to boss me around. You're not going to tell me what to do. Okay, I set the rules. Not like that. You be very respectful in everything you do, but you don't let people walk on you. You do not set that first impression as someone that can be walked on. Another mistake I see all the time is people try and find common ground with either a potential client or a potential friend, whatever the case may be. Like in my business, I love seeing when somebody goes, or a real estate agent goes up to a potential client and starts talking about their car or starts talking about their football team on their jersey, right? And they get this potential client interested, this is their passion, whether it be a football team or a car, etc. And they start talking about it, and this real estate agent has no idea what they're talking about. And very quickly, because people aren't stupid, the potential client realizes that this lady or guy is just trying to talk about something to give them their business card and get a piece of business. Now, this is the complete wrong way to go about it, okay? You need to be very honest. Like, I don't know any football team players, nothing like that. My friends are all into that. I know Patriots win the Super Bowl a lot, so I reference that sometimes. But I don't know about football. I don't know about players. I barely know about positions. I mean, I used to play when I was younger, but I'm not going to talk about that kind of subject. What you need to do To find common ground with people is just be honest about what you like to do, okay? I love cars, alright? I love working out. So those things I can talk about. But let's say I'm talking to somebody that doesn't like cars or working out, but they love boats. I mean, boats are fun, but I'm not what they call an expert in them, you know, but what we can do is find common ground, because why is it that he likes boats? He likes the rush he gets when he's going fast, or he likes diving in the ocean because that's something that makes him feel free. Well, man, that's how I feel in the gym, because I'm able to work out, because I had back surgery and there was a point in my life I wasn't able to work out. So there is common ground, and you're being genuine about it. You don't need to try and find and relate to somebody based on what they like. Everybody is so different. Your mother, your sister, your brother, everybody loves different things and has a passion for something else. So to be genuine about it, you talk about what they like, and you talk about what you also like, and how what relates, what the common ground is, why you like doing those things, why they like doing those things. And what happens is now you have an open and honest relationship. And remember, this is because we are trying to get to 100%. The last and the final piece to the puzzle is, guys, you have to be honest. You have to be very, very honest, okay? My first impression a lot is I got money in the bank. You know, I have these, you know, matching chains. You know, I drive an Infiniti, but that's not the case. My mother and my father gave me these chains. My Infiniti I worked on for like 6 months to get back up and running, and it's now finally getting a paint job. So it's not always, oh my goodness, that's what I look like. But just be honest with yourself and be honest with people, and let them know, you know, I'm not rich by any means. Am I doing well for my age? Absolutely. And I appreciate everything I've had, but I work very, very, very hard. Okay, I don't start throwing around money all the time and, you know, acting like I'm this big baller. But I do love nice things. I love them. These are my trophies in life, and I plan to do more and more so I can graduate and buy the things I do want. But these are my rewards for the accomplishments I've had in life that either my father and mother didn't give me, and I've worked for myself. So even though I, you know, present myself as someone who may have money, I always tell people, you know, my position in life, you know, I've accomplished a little, but there's still a lot more I have to go. You know, if we go to a nice restaurant, everybody that's with me knows that we're at a nice restaurant, and I don't do this a lot, you know? So you have to be honest with yourself, and people will appreciate that more than anything. Like, when I go into a real estate appointment, I'm not in there slinging around, I'm this guy, I've done so much. I do talk about my accomplishments, and I'm very honest with those. But I don't lie to anybody. You don't want to go in there and act like somebody you're not. You don't want to try and be somebody you're not, because that's dishonesty. That's going to ruin your first impression, and that's not being 100%. Guys, let's get to a